What's up guys, and welcome to Slaying MFs. Today in this video I'm going to be showing you how to do the Alpha Omega Easter Egg solo. For perks, I recommend using Victorious Tortoise, Quick Revive, Electric Burst, and Dying Wish. Also, if you have it, for an elixir I recommend using Undead Man Walking. And also along the way I recommend getting the Shield, Teleporter, Raygun Mark II-V. If you don't know how to build any of those, I'll leave links in the description. And let's get to it. First, what you're going to want to do is turn on power, and then you're going to want to head down to the generator's room and enable the ventilation systems. This is going to lock you down for about a minute and start the pack-a-punch process. To finish this process, you're going to need to go back above ground and repair 4 out of 6 ventilation units. You can find one in each of the houses. They're normally in the garages or out back. Once you've repaired all 4 ventilation shafts, Pack-a-Punch will now be open, and you're going to want to end the round, and Rushmore's going to speak. And then once he gets done speaking, you can go up to him, activate him, and that's going to start the first step. For the first step, you're going to want to collect 4 codes, the first being to the left to Rushmore on this desk. The second code is going to be across the street. Mine was on this desk here. It can be across the room in the corner right here. It can also be upstairs on the desk right here. The third code is going to be in the APD control room under a stack of papers. All you do is shoot them and boom, there's your code. Now for the fourth code, you're going to want to go in solitary, grab this key, go to the yellow house, go up the stairs, and open this desk. Once you have all 4 codes, head back to Rushmore and start entering them in the same order I showed you them in this video. Once you've entered all 4 codes, you're going to want to buy galvanucles and then go down in the bunker and find a TV that's turned on. The TV can be in 4 places. It can be to the left of Pack-a-Punch or to the right. There's also a location in the lounge. Once you've found the TV that's turned on and have meleeed a zombie in front of it with the galvanucles, it's going to read off a letter and 4 numbers. It's going to do it 5 times, and you're going to want to write them all down, and you're going to turn them into a time format. Like this one, for example, E0300, that'll be 3 o'clock. Once you've written down all 5 codes, you're going to want to go back above ground, and the very first letter she gave you, you're going to want to find that in front of one of the houses on the mailbox. And then you're going to want to go inside and enter the numbers she gave you into the clock. You can either melee it, which is going to move the hour hand, or activate it, and that'll move the minute hand. So for example, this one here is F. In my game, she gave me F0115, so I'm going to enter 115. Once you've entered these codes, it's going to unlock some things. E will unlock the Mark II, and C, I believe it is, will unlock a free Pack-a-Punch gun. I recommend picking both of these up. Once you've entered all 5 codes, you're going to want to go to the house you did not get a code for. For example, in my game I got B, so I'm going to activate the clock. It's going to spin, and mine stops at 1:30, so I'm going to want to turn that into a 4-digit code. So 1:30 would be 0130. Once you have your code, you're going to want to go back to Rushmore, enter it, and he's going to say nope, but don't worry, your code was correct, and then that's going to start the next step. So for this next step, you're going to want to activate Rushmore, and he's going to tell you about a particular Nova 6 crawler. You're going to want to find this crawler somewhere down in the bunker. For me, he's usually just through solitary down these stairs. And you're going to want to escort him while zombies are spawning up to the transfusion facility next to some stairs, and he's going to crawl up them and you'll be on your next step. So for this next step, you're going to want to activate Rushmore again, and he's going to tell you about another intruder, and you're going to want to go through the greenhouse and go down the bunker and this door right here. You're going to melee and you're going to get some quotes from Marlton, and then what you're going to want to do is go back to the house with Rushmore, go out the back, go down in the bunker, go through storage and activate this ADAM unit and take him back to Marlton. And he's going to throw out a container. You're going to want to walk up to it, trigger it, and then take it back to the transfusion facility and place it on this shelf. After you've done this, you'll be ready for the next step. To start the next step, you go up to Rushmore and activate him, but before you do this, you're going to need the teleporter pieces. If you do not know how to build the teleporter pieces, I'll leave a link in the description. Once you have the teleporter pieces, you're going to want to place one in the prisoner holding, in the second one in the powerhouse next to this case, because you're going to want to open it. To open this case, you're going to need a blue crawler to shoot at you and have it hit the case, and it will open. And then what you're going to want to do is trigger the server in the case and then hurry up and go through the teleporter and run to the transfusion facility and put it in this case. You're going to have to be quick, so I recommend triggering it and then getting in the teleporter as fast as you can and then sprinting to the other case as fast as you can. For the next step, you're going to need to pack-a-punch your gun until you have brain rot. Once you have brain rot, you're going to need to find 3 paintings that are oozing a green gas. One painting is in the greenhouse up the stairs. Another is in the bedroom. And the third is in the lounge. So once you're near the paintings, with your gun that has brain rot, you're going to want to kill zombies and wait till one turns and they're going to knock it off and it's going to expose a code, and you're going to want to write that code down. Once you have all 3 codes, take them back to Rushmore and in no particular order, enter all 3 in. Once you've done that, you'll be ready for the next step. To start the next step, activate Rushmore and he's going to talk, and then he's going to be interrupted saying the power's shutting down, and then he's going to tell you that you need to turn the power back on. So you're going to need to find 6 switches. One switch can be found in the storage room, and that's going to need to be down. If it's already in the down position, you don't have to mess with it. Another is going to be found in solitary, and that's going to need to be down. Another is going to be found in the generator room, and this one needs to be up. Another one is going to be found in the beds, and this one needs to be up. Another one can be found in the diner, and this one needs to be up. And the last one for me was in the lounge, and this one needs to be down. After you put all 6 switches in the right position, you'll get a quote from your character letting you know you did it right. So then you're going to want to turn on the power and head back to Rushmore, activate him, and that's going to start the next step. For this next step, you're going to want to find 3 ADAM units. There's one behind the transfusion facility, greenhouse, and also the yellow house. There's also a location in the diner it can spawn. But what you're going to want to do is find the one that's sparking blue, go up to it, activate it. It's going to lock you down for about a minute. And once that lockdown's over, he's going to drop a part. You're going to want to pick that up. And then you're going to want to go find your next ADAM unit that's sparking blue. Do the same thing over again. You're going to do this 3 times and pick up 3 parts. Also, I forgot to mention, in your game, there can also be a spawn in the lounge. Once you have all 3 parts, you're going to want to go back to the APD interrogation room, go up to this dummy, activate it, it's going to rebuild, you're going to get some quotes, and then you're going to be on the last step till the boss fight. For this last step, you're going to want to find a blue orb somewhere outside of the map. For me, it's normally in the yellow house upstairs, outside of that zombie spawn, or in the greenhouse, or in the bedroom, down in the bunker. Once you find the blue orb, it's going to start moving. All you're going to want to do is follow it all the way back to the APD control room. It's going to take the longest route, just kill zombies on the way, but stay close. If you do manage to lose it, just end the round and go and find it again and start the process all over. Once you've delivered the orb, you're going to get some quotes from McCain and Rushmore that's going to let you know you finished the step. So now you're pretty much ready for the boss fight. So in this time I recommend getting your shield if you haven't yet, Ray Gun Mark II V, all your perks, and pack-a-punch your guns to the fullest. Once you've got yourself ready, go back to the APD control room, go up to this desk, activate it, and that's going to start the boss fight. What you're going to want to do on this first step to the boss fight is just keep killing these zombies, and it's going to feed the APD souls, and once you've fed it enough souls, the door's going to open and Avogadro's going to come out. He's going to talk for about a minute, and then once he's done, you're going to run up to this desk, activate it. You're going to want to make note of the screens above it from left to right, because that's the order you're going to do this next step. For me, the couple of times I've done it, it's always been lounge first, then diner, then storage, and then the one in the bedroom. But what you're going to want to do is, once you get to your first location, is go up to this generator, activate it, and then you're going to want to feed it souls. Just kind of train them as best you can. It's kind of hard. You're going to want to watch out for Avogadro as well. He has like a shock blast he shoots at you, and also he does like a slam if you get close to him, and he can also turn the generator off. If he does turn it off, just walk back up to it, activate it again, and just keep feeding it souls. Once you get done, you'll get a quote, and then you'll have to leave as soon as you can because he's going to blow up the room. As soon as you leave the room, there's going to be a max ammo and a carpenter. Once you've done all 4 locations, you're going to want to go back to the APD control room and wait for Avogadro. Once he gets in there, that's where you're going to pop your undead man walking. Once you've done that, you're going to walk up to Avogadro, melee him with your Galva Knuckles, and then keep shooting him until you get him in front of the APD. It's going to suck him in, and then once it's done that, you run back up to the desk, activate it. After that, you're going to walk up to the APD door, wait for it to open, pick up a shard, and congratulations, you have beat the Alpha Omega Easter egg. Well, that's going to be it for this video. I hope it helped you out. If it did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.